In this video, we'll discuss both the median and the mode. We'll start with the median, which can be defined as the number in the middle. So we'll need to order our data and then determine which number is in the middle. So let's look at some examples. For the median, there's two ways to do this depending on the number of data values. So in this case right here, we have 7 data values, which is odd. So we actually look for the number in the middle. And you'll notice this 12 value has 3 numbers to the left and 3 numbers to the right. So in this case, the median is 12. This time, let's get rid of the 20 data value and just deal with 6, 2, 3, 8, 12, 15, and 18. You'll notice there's no real center now because there's 3 numbers to the left of this line and 3 numbers to the right. So there's no actual center data value. So instead, what we do whenever there's 2 cases is we look to the right and the left and we average those values. So in this case, we want to average 8 and 12, which is 10. While it technically is an average, we do add up the 2 data values and divide by 2. It can also be thought of the number in the middle. The number that's directly in the middle of 8 and 12 would be 10. So that would be my median in this case. The median is super helpful and necessary whenever we want to figure out if things fall into the upper half or the lower half. It does break my data exactly in half. So if we want to know if something's in the top half or the bottom half, the median is necessary, and that's usually when it's used. In addition, when I'm dealing with the mean, if I have these extremely high or extremely low values that don't really fit in with the rest of my data points, it actually greatly affects the mean. However, it does not affect the median. So whenever we have these extremely high or extremely low values, we'll actually prefer our median. The next thing we'll look at is the mode. And the mode is defined by being the thing that occurs the most often. It's the data point that appears the most. And we can have more than one mode. Maybe there's multiple things that appear the same number of times. We can also have no mode. If everything appears only once, then that would be a case of no mode. So it's possible to have one, it's possible to have more than one, and it is possible to have none. So let's look at an example. Here's our data set, 53724424. We can see that we have 4 number 4s, and nothing else occurs 4 times. So in this case, our mode would be 4. Let's look at another example. In this case, here's our data set, 2738342. This time we want to see the mode. We can see that 2 occurs twice and 3 occurs twice. So in this case, we have 2 modes, 2 and 3. The mode can be very helpful when we want to know what the most typical case is because it's defined as the one that occurs the most often. In addition, out of all of our measures of center, the mode is absolutely the easiest to compute. It also has the advantage of that it can be used for categorical data, and it's the only one of our measures of center that can be used for categorical data. However, it does have some disadvantages. It's not always unique and it may not even occur. So it would not be very helpful in those cases where it doesn't even exist at all. The last thing we'll discuss here is the mean versus the median. Both can be very, very helpful in studying statistics, and so the question becomes, which one do we use when? So there are a couple of things to look for, but right now we're going to concentrate on one. In general, the mean is preferred whenever we have a symmetric distribution, when everything looks the same on the right and the left. And the median is preferred when we have a skewed distribution, when we have these long tails on either the right or the left. And in fact, we can say even more about skewed distributions. In a skewed distribution, the mean is further down the tail. So in a right skewed distribution, the mean is further to the right than the median. For a left skewed, the mean is further to the left than the median. So here's a picture of what we mean by that. The picture on the left is symmetric, in which case the mean, the median, and mode are all of the same. The center one is skewed left. The tail is to the left, so the mean is further to the left. The median is further to the right, and the mode will always be the highest bar. The last picture is skewed right, so the mean is further to the right. The median is about the center, and then the mode is just the highest bar.